Hi guys, I got them back. I had to basically send them to Israel via FedEx and go pick them up there and then fly back. That was the closest place that I could easily send my drone by FedEx without having to pay any taxes on import on the drone, and then after that bring it back here. So why did I have to do that? Because when I left Canada, unfortunately, I couldn't travel in Egypt there at all. They didn't even allow it. Even if it's in the check-in, a lot of countries will not allow you to fly, and that's the issue. So I want to talk to you in this video about where it's legal and illegal to fly your drone, how to find out, how to protect yourself, and also, for example, this little baby here, very nice, very small, 249 gram, but if you modify it in any way, shape, or form, just adding a little skit at the bottom will make it over 250 gram, and now that's going to become illegal. So that's the thing. And don't think this is a drone, okay? It doesn't matter if it's small or not, okay? In places like in Egypt, forget about it. It's illegal to possess a drone, okay? This is prison time, seizures, and all kinds of issues. Doesn't matter if it's a small, tiny toy, okay? It's illegal, the end. So I'm going to tell you how to protect yourself from this. Also, I'm going to tell you how I fly them, because a lot of people have asked me, where do you position yourself? Do you ask permission before? No, I don't ask permission. Most of the time, it's either illegal, borderline, I don't know, I don't care, I'm going to fly anyway. Because, you know, it's becoming more and more popular to buy drones, and they're becoming better and easier and more automated, and you can do better videos with them. But the problem is that they're becoming more difficult to fly. And unless your name is Peter McKinnon and you actually get paid to go fly in Iceland, or you decide to fly to Alaska to go fly your drone, I mean, you know, in the middle of nowhere where only a bear or two will see you, I mean, honestly, and hopefully not eat you, the point is that flying your drone is kind of tough, okay? So I fly from inside my car. I'm going to show you all this, okay? So this is what I normally do. So first of all, what I'm going to do, I'm going to go to a website that I like a lot, which is drone-laws.com. Now, it's not an official website for drones around the world, okay? It's just a gang that actually gathers all the information as much as possible. So this is Egypt. So you're going to go, they're going to tell you which authority, is there a way, is there a permit, is there anything you can do? What is allowed, what is not. Now, in Egypt, okay, it's do not fly closer to anything, but this is provided that you're even allowed to, and that's extremely difficult, okay? Because look at this here. It is illegal to import, manufacture, sell, collect, or possess drone, okay, unless you have a permit. And the permit is delivered by who? By the military, okay, by the national defense of the country, okay? So that's very high. The chances you'll get it as a foreigner are virtually impossible. So personally, I never even managed to import a drone to Egypt. Okay, I've been requesting this for 3 years. I've never get any answer. Okay, I don't know, maybe COVID didn't help, but the fact is I couldn't. And even in my check-in luggage, they don't even allow me to transit to Egypt. That means I don't even have access to my luggage. I cannot grab my drones, but I still was not allowed to board the plane. So you have to be careful. Now, a lot of countries, you might think that it's a problem, like for example, Vietnam, China, but they're absolutely open to it, no issues. I mean, they call it fly cam in Vietnam, and everybody's happy when they see one, and sometimes you're gonna have places like jam-packed with people, and nobody bat an eyelash that you fly around, that you land, you know, like they don't care. It's perfectly open. They're not like, they like photos, they don't really see an issue with their privacy with that. But on the other end, in Montreal, for example, I have to fly at 5 a.m. in the morning. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drive somewhere. I'm gonna either put the drone in front of the car, or I'm gonna go and, you know, hide somewhere, and I'm gonna take off from there. Or I'm gonna stay in the car, I'm gonna open my sunroof, put the drone on the sunroof, and fly from the sunroof. That solves all the issues, especially right now with this one, because my God, it's so fast, okay? The Air 2S takes off extremely quickly. It's the same thing with most FPV drone. They fly very fast. So you're in the sky away and you don't hear anything very quickly, like a few seconds. And then after that, you go fly around, you do your things, you try not to have any line of sight issues. And then after that, you come back. I just basically position myself, land, get out, pick up my drone, get back in the car, and dash out, okay? I'm not gonna do anything else, okay? And then I'm gonna leave. Sometimes, okay, I even had to move the car to another location and come and fly to me. It's a bit more tricky because you cannot reset your origin point, but you can do that too, okay, visually or something else. So that's easy to fly that way. And that's what I normally do. I started doing this in Jamaica also for safety reason, okay? So that way I'm not outside in the street and people start to come to you and ask you, and I'm not saying they're gonna steal steal your drone or steal your iPad or something. But instead of standing in a corner of a street or in a park with middle of there with your iPad in your hands or whatever, your phone, and droning, you're in your car, nobody check. I don't land on the roof of my car because it's a bit complicated. It's never really precise, and then you have to go on the roof to pick it up. I have an SUV, it may be more difficult. I just land right in front of the car, get out, pick up the drone, drive away. This is normally what I would do. In resorts, I will try not to fly over the resort, okay? So I'm gonna basically, if I'm in the resort, I might just go on a roof or a balcony somewhere. I'm gonna take off and I'm gonna leave the resort itself. I'm gonna stay over the beach because it's public, or over the water, or if I can't fly at all on the resort, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go outside and then I'm gonna fly in. So basically I'm not on their property at all. And that's generally what I've done, multiple times to be able to fly in Mexico or something like that. It's not that they would not agree, but also asking the permission of the management might take a long time, and it's only for a minute or two. I mean, I just fly in, I film, I fly out, that's it. Generally people don't even notice, or like I said, I stay over the water and I film from outside. I mean, nobody cares. Now, when I'm in doubt, or there's a chance I'm going to lose my drone, or there's a safety issue, that I don't know what example I can give you. Let's say your dog, for example. Okay, you're in Montreal, you have a dog. If you lose your dog, well, you're going to be able to, likely have your dog back, go to the SPCA. Somebody's going to bring it there. In China, for example, they're more than likely going to keep it and cook it. Okay, I'm not joking. I lived in China for many years. Go contradict me on this one. Or Vietnam, where they're dog catchers, dog hunters, literally. Okay, so this is the type of thing that may also happen with your drone. If you land, let's say in Toronto, New York, or whatever, the chances that somebody's going to find your drone, scan it with their cell phone, see the serial number or something, or the QR code, and then bring you back your drone is much higher than if you're in other countries where there's a chance, the drone's never going to happen, to be rescued by someone who's going to try to bring it back to you. Another thing that I'm going to try to do also is I'm going to try to fly from the top of a hill. First of all, it's perfect for line of sight. It's perfect for controlling your drone very well. You're never going to blind on anything, and you're going to be able to fly your drone. And if I'm in doubt, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my small drone, because I don't really care if I lose this one. This one's probably like, what, $500 with a remote. So without the remote, $300, I can have it replaced. It's more likely that I'm going to use that, and instead of the big drone. Yes, it's not giving me that great of an image, but I don't have a chance of losing a $2,000 drone, okay? So this is something that I'm gonna do as well. And I start to carry this one in my car all over the place now, so when I wanna fly, I just fly. If ever somebody sees it, okay, it's sad, maybe that's gonna give me a good video for you guys to watch, okay? My drone being taken away. How do you ask permission? Can you, should you? Okay, well, the problem is if you're there for 2-3 days in a trip, and the trip is somewhat last minute, the chances you'll be able to go and ask for permission is almost impossible. I mean, honestly, like I told you, I have asked permission and, places I want to fly where years and I still don't even get a reply. Okay, I fill the form, sometimes they're in Arabic or other languages, and I fill them, and they don't care, they don't reply. So it's virtually impossible. In Canada, you can have your basic license extremely quickly. It took me 90 minutes to get it. But the advanced one, then you have to go to someone and they have to evaluate you while you fly your drone, and it's super complicated to get. So at one point, you just fly with your basic, and if ever you fly over people which are not allowed with basic, well, stuff happened, okay? I'm there in the middle of a park, and a bunch of people congregate asking me what I'm doing in the park, and then when I land my drone, it's like, oh, but you're not supposed to fly over people. Yeah, well, go away. Okay, I'm sorry, man, but you're right next to me. Do I have a choice? So that's the kind of thing that you don't have, you can get the permission, okay, if you can, for a certain event, for certain resorts. Sometimes that might be fast. You say, look, I'm an influencer, I'm a YouTuber, I do YouTube videos or something, or, I love this resort and I want to have that. Fine, they might agree. But if you're talking about a city, a country, that takes forever, okay? There's also the type of flying you're doing. If you're in the United States, a lot of people have complained that they've received FAA complaint and laws and penalties and stuff like that because of the fact that they are putting the video on YouTube. If you use it for your own personal need, then that's one thing. If you put it on YouTube, now they're thinking that this is a commercial license. Maybe you need a special permit for this. It's commercial. That becomes more complicated, and a lot of YouTubers have complained about that. So far, I've been lucky. So this is the kind of thing that you have to face It's your decision, whatever it worth the risk to get the footage. But sometimes it's really like, I don't know, sometimes it's frustration for me. I'm in the middle of the desert. It's beautiful. I want to film this. It's nice. Okay, just taking a photo from the ground is not going to give me the amazing, footage that I want. Also, on top of that, I could film my car, on the side and just like go around and, do some kinds of crazy stuff in the desert with my car. I wish I could film that, but you're not allowed to film. And if you get caught, then you get the drone seize. So eventually you're like, oh shit, I'll do it anyway, and we'll see. Okay, so this is the type of thing that you have to make the decision whether or not it's worth doing or not. But these days, I have to admit, half the time I fly my drone, I really have the feeling that I'm doing it in a way that, if I get caught, I get busted, like I'm committing a crime. And that's a bit sad because drones are becoming more popular, but their operation are becoming more restrictive. So that's it, guys. Look, fly safely, okay, fly reasonably, like try to be smart about it, okay, especially you have FPV drones, don't try to wiggle around people and stuff, okay, don't give the drone community a bad reputation. That's gonna help also. I think the only reason why people are not happy with drones because you technically film them, okay, like I don't care if you film me naked in my pool, okay, but maybe other people are concerned about these things, especially in the Middle East. They don't like to be taken under, like with photos and stuff, so even drone is worse. Hotels also, I found that out in the Middle East a lot, where even just getting into a hotel, I have my camera, I don't have my drone stay in my car, and they're gonna ask me, do you have a drone? Is this camera, why do you have this camera, why? And I'm like, okay, look, it's just a camera, man, like I'm take photos. Well, I have to report you. And what they do is they put that in their book. I don't know if they actually go to a website to actually report you, but they mark it down. So that's becoming more and more difficult these days to be able to take photos and videos, even though it's completely stupid because we all have our iPhones. We can take photos as we want, but nobody's gonna care about the iPhone, but they're gonna care about the GPS and the drone itself. Wow, okay, so who says the world is logical? So that's it. So anyway, hopefully you fly safely, hopefully you don't have any issues, and like I said, I'm gonna see you in the next video. I want to talk about Cancun, traveling Cancun 2022. Danger these days. Let's check this out.